Banana or eggplant? Which one would you choose? We've reached the point where no response is no longer an option. You can ignore taxes, you can ignore your family group chat, but you cannot escape the question. Banana or eggplant? And before you ask, why do I have to choose a side? You should think about if you simply don't want to choose, if you want to choose neither side, or both sides. Everyone has to take a position. For decades, the Banana Republic has maintained the food order. Bananas are everywhere: convenience stores, school lunches, smoothies, hotel breakfasts, on the kitchen countertops, and in the compost bins. Banana supporters insist this dominance is organic. Bananas are portable, affordable, and naturally packaged. You can eat it with little effort. You grab it, you peel it, you eat it. This is more than food. This is basically nature's grab-and-go lunchbox. And the Banana Republic knows it well. Over time, banana has worked its way into desserts, running athletes, and monkeys. Especially running monkeys. Nobody knows exactly how many monkeys are secretly working for banana, but banana has clearly been investing heavily. Eggplant, meanwhile, presents a very different image. It's darker, heavier, and more mysterious. Very few people have looked at an eggplant and thought, what a convenient little snack. You don't put an eggplant in your backpack before work, and you don't finish a workout and reward yourself with a raw, hard eggplant. If someone sits beside you on a train, pulls out an eggplant, and begins eating it like an apple, you would probably move, possibly to another train. Yet, eggplant has been quietly expanding for many years. It's now in curries, stir-fries, pasta, moussaka, baba ganoush, parmesan. It can be grilled, roasted, fried, or stuffed. Eggplant supporters call this versatility, but banana analysts call this aggressive expansion, and this is how the drama begins. In the early days, the disagreement was simple. Sweet versus savory. Breakfast versus dinner. Nothing serious. One neighbor on the right could eat a banana, and another on the left could have a spicy eggplant stir-fry. They could still share a fence and attend the same barbecues and possibly marry each other. Recently, however, the argument has gotten uglier. Media in Banana Republic warns about excessive oil and salt in eggplant dishes, and whatever happens after a third plate of moussaka. They emphasize that it might be a good meal, but at what cost? Meanwhile, in Eggplant Republic, they respond with reports on health concerns from excessive sugar. They point out that as banana ripens to late stage, there will be excessive, unhealthy sugar content. What began as sweet versus savory has somehow become diabetes versus hypernatremia. So far, neither accusation is especially fair, but both sides are just throwing nutrition labels at each other. To be fair, banana usually has stronger branding, although this is changing as I speak. Ask a 5-year-old to draw a banana, they can do it. Ask a 5-year-old to draw an eggplant, and you may receive something that requires a meeting with their parents. Eggplant also suffers from a broader identity crisis. Many people see it as a vegetable, but botanically, it's a fruit. Its name contains the word egg, despite the fact that most modern eggplants look nothing like an egg. And depending on where you live, it may suddenly become aubergine. It sounds a little fancier. That said, 2 classifications, 2 names, under one identity. Yet we are supposed to believe this is natural and organic? Eggplant understands that it cannot defeat banana in the raw food contest, so it moved the fight to the stove. Banana tastes good in its natural state, and eggplant requires some effort. The tables turn when heat is introduced. Banana has only a few options. Banana bread, fried banana, caramelized banana for someone with a torch and some confidence. In contrast, eggplant becomes an entire menu. You can grill it, roast it, fry it, bake it. You can steam it, saute it, stuff it, and skewer it. You can bread it, puree it, mash it, or even turn it into a dip. Put it in a sauce. Cover it with cheese. Cover the cheese with even more cheese. The Eggplant Republic calls this strategic cooking capacity. Banana rolls their eyes and say, this is bullshit. Wait a moment before the kitchen gets overheated. We need to zoom out a bit from here. In fact, neither side entered this competition alone. Long before the current crisis, banana had a breakfast buddies such as peanut butter, chocolate, strawberry, and blueberry. Even though strawberry and blueberry are berries, like eggplant, they've partnered with bananas. If banana enters a smoothie conflict, peanut butter is most certainly getting involved. Eggplant also has its own dinner buddies, such as zucchini, pepper, olive oil, and spices. Together, they form a powerful culinary block. Garlic officially claims neutrality, but nobody believes garlic because garlic's everywhere and leaves a bad smell. Usually, if banana disappears from breakfast, then peanut butter immediately starts asking questions. If eggplant starts looking dry, olive oil suddenly appears everywhere. Elsewhere in the fridge are the smaller foods who get caught between, like kiwis, pears, mushrooms, and avocados. They don't want to choose sides, they just want a shelf in the fridge, a ride in the grocery truck. But this time, they have to choose a side, or act like they're choosing a side. Bananas and eggplants keep asking uncomfortable questions. So, whose recipes are you appearing in? Why were you photographed next to the eggplant? So is banana just a breakfast friend or something more? After a while, smaller foods hid away and stopped answering these questions. For years, both teams mostly stayed on their own side of the kitchen. Smoothies over here, stir-fries over there. They were arguments, but there were no major conflicts. Then eggplant started to show up on more and more plates. Banana looked at all those eggplant dishes and said, "This can't be natural." Eggplant claimed the world was simply developing better taste. Soon, the accusations were about prices. Banana accused eggplant restaurants of selling suspiciously affordable dinners. Eggplant responded by restricting imported potassium. Banana then slapped a giant 35% price hike on tahini. Nobody was entirely sure why tahini was involved, including tahini. Hummus held up a tiny sign saying, "Please stop." Nobody gave it a look. The dispute quickly moved from groceries to kitchen equipment. Banana rolled out a new blender with much sharper blades for next-generation smoothies. Within hours, Eggplant wheeled in a giant air fryer. Banana claimed that this development will overheat the air and cause global warming. Eggplant described the program as entirely peaceful and quiet. Both sides then immediately filled their shopping carts with more kitchen gadgets, just in case. The conflict soon spread beyond kitchen appliances and grocery bills. There's this pizza region, a circular territory divided into slices, and everybody wants a slice. Oh, poor pizza. Ironically, at the center of the conflict between bananas and eggplants when it comes to pizza, it's not about pizza, it's about pineapple. Pineapple is complicated. It's sour and sweet. Banana agrees pineapple belongs in the kitchen. Eggplant agrees. What neither side will say is whether pineapple belongs on pizza. For decades, both sides have refused to give a straight answer. Banana refuses to say whether it will intervene if pineapple were forcibly removed from the pizza. Eggplant refuses to say whether pineapple on pizza makes it a true Hawaiian pizza. When asked for clarification, both sides repeat the same statement. We support peace in pizza. The crisis would be easier to contain if it remained inside the kitchen. It did not. The rivalry had entered the living room. Banana is everywhere in the living room. There are banana costumes, banana jokes, banana phones, banana-shaped inflatable objects, banana minions. For reasons historians are still trying to understand, banana shows up in kids' shows, jokes, sports, and memes. Whatever, Eggplant said, and responded with just one GIF. Just one. And it changed the meaning of that vegetable forever. Don't get me wrong, it's actually efficiency. And after seeing this, officially, Banana smiles and says, "Everything is normal in the fruit bowl." Unofficially, Banana knows exactly what happened and became determined to win the next competition. And so began the emoji race. Banana has a good start. It already has one emoji that he thinks is friendly and wholesome. Moments later, though, Eggplant entered the group chat and ruined everyone's innocence. The conflict didn't stay inside the living room either. It then spilled into the backyard. In the backyard, Banana has a natural advantage: the banana peel. Historically, the peel has functioned as a sort of area denial weapon. Its effectiveness has been documented extensively in cartoons.
What did you say?
Oh no.
Hey, what the?
Mario Kart later modernized this technology. Today, a single banana peel can send plumbers from the Pasta Republic, pedestrians, and racing drivers off a cliff. Eggplant has no comparable system. But Eggplant itself is significantly heavier and slaps hard. If thrown with sufficient commitment, we're entering a totally different category of conversation. Experts therefore believe a real food fight in the backyard would be messy for everyone in the neighborhood. So mostly, they just glare at each other and move foods around. However, Last Thursday, 3 bananas were spotted unusually close to the eggplant front yard. Banana officials described the movement as routine fruit bowl exercises. Eggplant officials immediately repositioned 2 eggplants. Seeing this, Garlic issued a statement. Nobody read it because no one believes in garlic, although grocery prices increased by 30% the next day. At this point, you may be thinking that one side must obviously be stronger. Here is something that makes it a little bit more complicated. In this long game, banana has one serious weakness. Its shelf life is approximately 5 hours. You buy bananas, they're green. You wait, they're still green. You wait again. They turn yellow and you think, perfect, I'll eat one later. 3 hours later, the banana has entered hospice care. Nobody knows what happened, there's no gradual transition. Bananas just operate on 3 settings. Not ready, almost ready, overripe. In comparison, eggplant has a much longer shelf life. The problem is that you cannot casually decide to eat an eggplant. Eating an eggplant is like a project. There's likely a recipe involved, a chopping board as well. You'll need heat, oil, seasoning, and so on. This is why banana is still a king of eating on the go, and eggplant is not. Despite all the conflicts, however, bananas and eggplants depend on each other more than they want to admit. They use the same supermarkets, the same refrigerators, the same delivery trucks. Total separation would be disastrous. Banana would disappear from a lot of dining tables and lose access to the shiny and tasty eggplants. Eggplant would also disappear from a lot of dinners and lose access to whatever banana contributes to this relationship. Potassium, mostly. This is why every few months they tell everyone they're getting along again. Officials meet, photographs are taken, statements are released. Banana says, "We respect eggplant's important role in the produce community." Eggplant says, "Differences should be resolved through dialogue." Then somebody posts the eggplant emoji in that statement, and the relationship collapses again. So where does this leave us? After extensive research on the fruit order, the heat in the kitchen, and the emoji race in the living room, we must determine a winner. Banana is great for grab and go. Eggplant can become almost anything for dinner. Banana has better branding, but eggplant has more recipes. Banana has the peel. Eggplant has the emoji. Banana has monkeys. Eggplant has spices. Oh my, this is close. Which one would you choose? The choice is yours. While banana and eggplant have spent years demanding that every food in the fridge chooses a side, one food has fooled everyone. It's the tomatoes. Eggplant assumed tomato was an ally because they appeared together in several Mediterranean dishes. Banana assumed tomato could eventually join the continental breakfast table. Tomato has said nothing. Nothing at all. Tomato just cooks with everyone. And when asked whether it's a fruit or vegetable, tomato says it's non-binary and also depends on the weather. Perhaps that's what it means to be neutral. Or perhaps tomato is waiting for banana and eggplant to exhaust each other.